Hello, I'm Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this series is called Spiritual Dilemmas. And it's called Spiritual Dilemmas because every element of our life is a potential spiritual lesson. We're challenged over and over again in ways that allow us to expand our capacities to see the world and see ourselves in a certain way that we may not have seen before. So one of the things I want to share with you is that in my book, Self-Empowerment 101, which was the first book I wrote, about 12 years ago, the first chapter of that book is called Power. Now, the reason it's called Power is because it really speaks to that essential nature of each and every one of us, each element of life, which is we are all energy. We are this energy, and energy is power. And we get to use that power in any way we choose. Now, most of us, you might say, well, I don't have the right to, or I don't have the ability to choose. But that's the point of all of this exercise as a human being, is we learn over and over again the degree to which we do have the power to make choices. Now, if something bad happens in your life, you have an opportunity to choose how to perceive that. You can choose to perceive it, choose to perceive yourself, the world, other people, in terms of a disempowering interpretation. So, for instance, something bad happens, and I can think negative things. I can choose to think negative or disempowering thoughts about myself, about the world, or about another person. So I'm choosing to see and interpret based on a disempowered perspective. Now, most people would say, well, you're disempowered, or I am disempowered because of the world, or because of my race, or because of my religion, or because of where I grew up in the world, that the world disempowers me. But the truth is that we take on those interpretations and see ourselves based on that interpretation. And the point of all of this is to say, wait a second, I can change my perceptions. I can change my interpretations from an disempowering interpretation to something empowering. So self-empowerment, or social empowerment, or political environmental empowerment, all starts with this willingness to empower ourselves as opposed to disempower. We have the choice. And that's what excites me about this work. I'm a transformational coach, transformational life coach, and I really see each and every one of us of having this power to empower ourselves to have an extraordinary life. We just have to own it. One way to do that, and a really wonderful way to do that, is to begin to see, and I've talked about this earlier, begin to see the negative interpretations that I hold to be true about life. And I can say to myself, I no longer want to feel that. I no longer want to see the world this way. I no longer want to believe that that's true about people, places, or things. I no longer want to do that. And in that declaration, if you will, that declaration that I don't want this anymore, we can begin to encapsulate it in a way that makes us or gives us that power to say, I surrender that. I give it away. I'm done with that. I'm done. And that's a really great way of beginning to distinguish and separate yourself from those thought patterns. And when you can do that, a lot of people go, well, if I don't have that, I don't know what I want. So this is a really good start to just say, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to hurt all the time. I don't want to be afraid all the time. I don't want to be angry all the time. I don't want to be bitter all the time. And we can begin to say, I don't want that. And we can say, I give that up. I surrender that. And what will come to you, if you ask, is to say, so what is it I do want to feel? My friend Marge told me that she really wants to feel the river of love through her every day. She wants to feel that. And when I say, okay, well, what's the feeling of that? What's the experience of that? She then begins to feel into her body, feel into the connection with the world in a different way. She goes, when I feel that river of love, I feel connected. My body gets all tingly and happy. My heart warms up. My heart feels like it's expanding. And I laugh because I know that this is what is true for me, is this level of love and abundance. So all I needed to do is say, what is that you want to feel? And she was able to feel in her body. Now, sometimes it takes practice to feel those things and feel into your body, to feel those sensations. But it's a great practice because that's where transformation happens. That's where change happens. That's where you get to really know the trueness of you, the essence, the natural essence of you in that beauty and love, as opposed to the anger and the bitterness and the frustration you might have been feeling most of your life. We can make these choices. We can empower ourselves to think differently and to feel differently and to allow ourselves to tell our bodies, what is it like? Or ask our bodies, what's it like when we're in that yummy, yummy feeling of love and abundance and connection and creativity and beauty? We can ask those questions. Those are empowering questions. And to ask the questions is self-empowering. And to give yourself those answers, that's also self-empowering. And that's what I want for you. All right, that's it for today. Bye for now.